Welcome everybody to a brand new video. Today I wanted to talk about map offerings getting nerfed and my thoughts on it. So, as you can see here, I drew the I drew the Eerie Crows, the Jigsaw offering, the Springwood offering, and you pretty much can come up with other ones too. You can pretty much name other ones as well. But ultimately, these are like some of the more annoying ones that I could think of on the spot. And I want to talk about like the nerfs of the map offerings, what that means, what the nerf is, and stuff like that. And I'll try to break it down for you guys who may not be aware as well. So you guys might be wondering, like, what is the nerf, right? And apparently, you know, the map offering would increase your odds of getting the map by, apparently, like, from what I saw, like, it was like 99% or something like that. I wrote it down. I could be wrong, but the idea is now that the nerf is going to make it so that you are going to have a 20% chance instead of the usual, like, guaranteed chance that you're going to be getting the map that you're putting in the offering for. So I wanted to kind of remind you guys, like, the Sacrificial ward had originally been changed to brown rarities so that it would cancel the offerings, sort of as a band-aid fix for the map offerings being just like an absolute, like, insane level. Like, I think everybody was using it like crazy. I most likely misspelled Sacrificial, but it's okay. It's just to try to make a point and show you guys what I'm talking about, but it's fine. It's fine. It's okay if it's wrong. You understand what this is. You can see by the little hand on the brown thing, the brown circle, that you know that's the right offering. All right, we're all fully aware. We're all fully aware. So the next question is, like, what does this mean, right? Like, what does this mean now that we have both these Sacrificial wards that are brown rarities that are super common to get, which is good, and now we're also reducing the actual map offerings to be reduced to the 20%. What does this mean, right? It means that we're not going to be getting any of those horrible map offerings like the game, like, you know, Eerie Crows. We're not going to be seeing ourselves get sent as killer players. We're not going to be seeing any of those map offerings sending us to maps that we do not want to go to. So one of the biggest downsides that we're going to see is the fact that we're not going to have map offerings as killer players. So if there's a favorite map that you would like to go to, that you maybe enjoy going to, for me personally, it was going to RPD, and also the Silent Hill map, Midwich. That's another one of my favorites. But I wanted to at least just show RPD here to kind of give you guys an idea. But basically, that would have been those two were some of my favorite maps, and that means that I can't actually go there as often as I would like. And that also kind of affects us killer players as well, who may enjoy certain maps or maybe find that other maps are better for our killers to play. So as much as it means that we're not going to be sent to terrible maps, it also means that we can't use our own maps that we would like to use. So that is a massive downside, I would say. And this is in combination with the fact that we already are going to be receiving a bunch of heavy nerfs to strategies, which is a very bad look. And overall, just not good for a lot of us here, man. It's just not a good look. And we should be a bit concerned, I think, in that sense. But we have to take the good with the bad in that sense. There is a lot to talk about when it comes to actual changes. But so far, I think that despite the fact that we take a massive L by losing our favorite maps, we are at least able to say that, you know, bully squads will be. I wouldn't say they're reduced by, like, at all in terms of strength, but at least we can. Maybe if we're given a better map, we might have a fighting chance in comparison to saying, like, they have like a boil over like build, and then they send themselves to Eerie Crows or something. They won't be able to do that really. And it would actually require, I think, all of them to bring the same map, which means Ooh, that actually is an interesting concept. If I wanted to touch on another idea that we may end up seeing, and is if we're going against a bully squad who is dedicated to going to a certain map, and I actually decided to, use Midwich as offerings as an example because it's my personal favorite. But anyway, assuming that we're going against a Swift that wants to go to a particular map, it actually means that it's much harder to not go there, I would say. I mean, it's not as much as like 90%, 99%, but it's still 80% if all of them are coordinating to bring the same offerings. And before that, I mean, what were they bringing, right? Like one map offering, they might have a branch offering, which I have to I forgot to draw that, but like they could also bring like a branch offering. They could also bring like other stuff like that, and I think that if it honestly doesn't really matter. I never noticed any difference when it came to using those branch like offerings that increase the distance between hooks. I think that I don't think that it's going to really matter, and I think that honestly this change, as much as we on average may not go to like particular maps anymore, at least bully squads are still going to be able to fully utilize it if it is 20% of a chance per offering, right? So that is a bit unfortunate, a bit of an unfortunate realization, I'd say, when it comes down to this particular change. And I think I think that there's upsides and downsides to this thing, but I do think that unfortunately that is a part of the changes, and I don't think that there's really a way around it. You would have to bring a sack word, but say you're like trying to level up your character, you might not be able to do that, really. I mean, maybe you just want to run survivor puddings and stuff like that and try to reach your P100, but yeah. So I don't know. Do you guys think that this is a good change, or do you think that this could flop on us? Like, what do you guys think? Like, is this a good change? Is it not? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section. But I'm a bit concerned, and I'm also like glad at the same time. I'm a bit like torn on the idea because it does mean that we can reduce some of the chances of going to bad maps, but that also means that if people are dedicated, they're gonna go to the map that they want with at least an 80% shot. On the other hand, though, hopefully, if there are like, at least if you're able, I would say, to keep an eye out for if they're like, Swift, maybe if they're running the same items or whatever have you, just put on a sack ward real quick just to defend yourself, and maybe it'll help reduce your odds. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And yeah, support the channel with the links in the description. Check out the other videos. I will see you guys. Also, follow on Twitch to watch the Play Killer Live. I will see you guys in the next one.